Hello, this is Chukes, and you're here in my studio today featuring work from my latest collection titled Identity Theft. Identity Theft is a creation of work featuring more than 65 works of art, including paintings and sculpture. Stay tuned as we go through the work in detail in each episode. This piece is entitled Eve. She is also made out of clay, ceramic, and I gave her a darker patina color to resemble the darker color of the Eve that you rarely see in our history, because each time for me that you see Adam and Eve, you either see them as a European or another color that does not represent the color that comes from the continent of Africa during the time Adam and Eve were supposedly living on this earth. So I'm bringing it back to a familiarized color that history cannot forget about, but refuses to depict the way it should be depicted. So as an artist, I'm giving my artistic privilege to do just that. Well, I just tried to use my natural vision and not put any more or take any less out of the vision that I saw as an artist. And I create what I see. I don't use models. I don't use sketches. I just use my imagination. And so obviously this is what I saw. But I think if you really want to get into it, I think I incorporated what I've seen throughout history. I think I incorporated the European aspects of viewing Eve and the way it's depicted in their art or their artistic creation. And then I think I chose what I saw in the African or the Black aspect of how Eve is created, and I just incorporated both ideals in that, and this is what came out in the Eve piece. I think it's become very significant. I mean, it's just evolved. I think it just gives the work a different presence. I mean, I could have easily just gave her some, the regular dreads or some type of afro, but I wanted to have some type of antiquity. I wanted the hair to be art in itself. I really did. I wanted it to accentuate what this piece represents. And I wanted to give it something that would draw the attention, into the rest of the feature, because I know that the hair is so intricate, but once you get in it and you start looking at the shadows and the nose and the colors, and then how the hair drapes over the rest of the sculpture, I mean, you really get a greater understanding of what I'm trying to portray as an artist. I wanted to show, like she's showing her breast, I just wanted to show the beauty, more of the beauty of that. I just wanted to show the fertility, I mean, it's like when Eve supposedly gave Adam the fruit, which was not an apple. It was another type of fruit that she gave him. I can't remember the exact name. That's just another way that history has changed this whole narrative of Adam and Eve, just like changing the color. So it's important to know every part of what was happening during, the transition of Adam and Eve. So when I showed her breast, I mean, they said that once she gave Adam the forbidden fruit, that they saw themselves. They saw their nakedness and they were ashamed of that. I don't know how true that is, but for me as an artist, I see no shame in showing and celebrating the beauty of the body. And for me, the female body is probably the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. So I'm not portraying it in a sense of anything that's negative. I'm just showing the natural beauty of what the female body looks like to me. Well, once again, I mean, I think I have two pieces. I have an Adam and Eve piece, which we'll talk about later on. But I have the Eve piece right here, which I just said, even before I included this because I made this piece before I started on the identity theft piece. I think this piece right here is maybe 10 years old. And I started on identity theft in 2016. So this piece is, I had this vision in my mind, and that's why I didn't sell the piece. I kept the piece because sometimes you have a certain connection to a body of work, and sometimes I don't know why. So I hold on to certain pieces. And so when identity theft started to evolve, I went around and saw some pieces that were in my collection, and immediately I saw Eve, because I gave her the name even before I thought of identity theft. And so the progression was, hey, she has got to be a part of identity theft. Because I'm already back in 2010, and even before that, I was thinking about, you know, who the black woman was, where she came from, how she's represented by me as a black male, as a black artist. So those ideals have been they didn't just happen now. They're not recent. I've always thought that way as an artist. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more episodes from the Identity Theft Collection.